Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you all have the most magical 2019. And I just want to say, remember that labels can be destructive. So if you think a situation is good or bad, just remember it's just what is. And everything that the universe and life is throwing at you is perfect for your evolution. You just have to have this extraordinary trust in everything that's going on is happening for you, not to you. And when you come here and you drink the medicine, you'll see exactly what I mean, that we have to go through all this trauma and suffering to get to this point in life where we remember who we truly are. And who we truly are is divine. We are magical. And we are all gods, goddesses, and warriors of light. We truly are. And this week has been absolutely amazing. It's so good to get back into the medicine after a week of Christmas indulgence. And I was super happy to get back and purge everything out of every orifice and feel very clean and light and ready to go again. So it's definitely a good way to cleanse your body, your soul, your mind. And I mean, I've drunk hundreds of times now and people are always like, aren't you healed yet? And I'm just like, I could purge out yesterday's shit, literally. So it's just a constant maintenance for me. And there's never enough healing. You can heal past lives. You can heal traumas from childhood. And you can seriously heal an argument that you had with yourself or with somebody else from yesterday. So you can constantly come back and keep scraping back the layers to get to the pure essence of who you truly are. That inner child, that innocent being within you that we are, that just has layers and layers and layers of other people's beliefs, just people's shit, your shit, just stuff that isn't even yours. So yeah, if you haven't been here yet, read the book, Shit the Moon Said. It's amazing. It's Gerry's book, and he just puts it all in such a hilarious way of everything that the moon said to him and how this place came into fruition. And it is a really magical place, and we're going to get into everything that's happened this week with not one but two goddesses. It seems to be my theme here to interview two people at a time, because wait till you hear the story of what happened here this week with us three. It was a very beautiful experience that I just had to get them both here to share. And we have Andy from Arizona. Oh, and we have Halima from Berkeley. So we'll jump straight into it. And yeah, just Happy New Year to you all. Seriously, I hope you have the best year. It's just, I can feel it's just going to be everything that we all need. So, hi ladies.
Hello.
Thank you for coming. I really love you both so much. It's been so beautiful. And the Thursday we shared was epic. So before we get into that, let's start with individually. How did you come to hear about ayahuasca? Where were you at a point in your life when you thought, I need something else, and then the beautiful word ayahuasca popped up and then you ended up here?
I didn't think of it myself, really. I am a retired psychotherapist, and I had a client that I had been working with for a while doing EMDR, and he just was not having any luck getting at what was his issue or issues. And so he came in one day and he said, I'm going to go do ayahuasca. And he began to tell me about that, and then I continued to see him. I saw him after he got back from his ayahuasca journey, and I visually saw the shift in him. I mean, his spirit was just so visible. And that's when I started thinking about it.
And you started researching it?
Yes, did research, and but I didn't make a decision to come until earlier in the year.
And how did Rythmia pop into your peripheral?
Two friends from another program have been here. I met them at a different program than this. And this was their third trip.
Oh.
And she talked about it a little bit on Facebook, and so we private messaged, and she told me they called me and we talked about their journey and how much it had happened for them and what how their hearts had opened.
Oh, and so were you feeling that you were at a point in your life when a good heart opening would be suffice?
No, not necessarily that. I felt like I needed to deepen my spirituality. That's
right.
How it came to me. I need, there's more, and I don't know what it is, but I want it.
Okay, you just knew that there was something else, and
Yes.
you saw the shift in this client of yours, and it was like, I want some of that.
Yes, I remembered him then.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really nice how medicine can come in and just help in all different areas where other modalities just can't get to. It's like everything is beautiful. We can all try a bit of everything, but we're all so different that, you know, one thing works for somebody, another thing works for another person. But with medicine, it allows you to see the suppressed feelings and all the suppression, whereas a lot of modalities, you know, they help to suppress them more, but like make you feel better, like momentarily. Whereas with medicine, you have to face all your shit, so it comes up and it's painful, but it's so much growth, and the beauty in it is powerful.
Totally.
Yeah. So you, sweetheart, how did you come to hear about ayahuasca? Because I know you've done it before. You've never done it before, have you?
No, first time.
So I did it in California with a group, and it was lovely. She told me that I didn't have to purge. She said that I need to learn how to keep it in. And so that was when I was about 28.
Like transmuting it yourself?
And being with my own suffering.
Right, okay.
So like being with my suffering and loving every emotion that came up. And so I started to do that and really love every emotion that came up, even the hard ones. And I was going through Saturn returns. Things were a little tumultuous. And then I was a preschool teacher at the time, and I always knew that I wanted my own preschool. And so I created a preschool in Berkeley. And
I didn't know you created it.
Yeah, I have.
Oh my god! Now you're even more magical. I was like, I want to go to that school. What's it called again?
Angel Academy.
Angel Academy.
And they all know they're angels. You ask them, you're like, what is your body made of? And they're like, light.
Oh, okay, that's it. When I have kids, I'm popping them out near you.
We'll get a preschool here.
Okay, yes, please do that.
So then the parents in the community are actually part of the ayahuasca community. And so it came up for me again, just at 34, 35, and I knew it was my time. And my dear friend Lena, she had come here. Aww. And so she was like, you have to come to this place. I have never been held in such love and light in my life in a community like this, and you need to see this place. So,
well, that's amazing, especially coming from the loving community that you already had, and for somebody else to give you that feedback. That's really beautiful.
It was really great. So I signed up and I took the journey, and I'm so grateful that I did, because
I'm grateful that you did too.
Yes. You're amazing. See, I love the bonds that are created here. It's just, because everyone comes in as strangers in most part, and then, like, it's so funny. I don't know if you notice and observe the energy when everyone's here on their first or second day. It's just that, you know, that awkward, like, hi, like that, just a bit awkward. And then by the end of the week, everyone's hugging it out like they've known each other for years, and it's just so beautiful to see the transition just in a few short days when we break down the barriers and the walls and the ego, and it just becomes so, like, from a pure healed heart space.
It was so amazing to see, like, the men hugging each other and crying with each other, and not tears of sadness, but of complete tears of joy that they found their brothers, and the women doing this and hugging each other, that they found their sisters. Yes. It was just...
Especially for men, because depression is so high in men, and like lots of suicides and stuff, because they keep it in. But here it's like shirts off, hugs out, let's go. It really is. I'm just like, it just is such a beautiful environment to be yourself and to love, and then to take that out into the world. I'm glad that you've witnessed that too, because it's the most magical feeling, isn't it? It's just, I want everybody to feel what we feel here and then take it out. It's just so beautiful. So you arrived on Saturday.
Yes.
So you did 2 nights of breathwork.
Yes, Christian is ridiculously amazing. Amazing. He's wonderful. And
had you done breathwork before?
So I was a Buddhist nun for a while, and I also did practice Vipassana, but I didn't practice this kind of breathwork. And this kind of breath work really brings up the energy, and it's just remarkable, the type of breath work that you guys share and teach here, and teaching us how to tone through the breath and showing
screaming it out.
Yeah, it's just like letting us go for it. Yeah,
it's just as powerful as taking medicine. Like, I see so many visions on just breathing alone. It's just so powerful, and it's a tool that you can take with you. You can breathe all the time, and it can open you up and connect you to the spirit world and your true self. It's really, like I say this all the time, but when I first heard about breathwork, I was like, fuck that. I haven't got time to breathe for an hour. I do it naturally in the background while I'm doing other shit. Like, seriously. But then when I like forced myself into it, I was blown away by the trauma I release, and just seriously, it is just an amazing tool that we should be focusing on this in schools, like from young.
That's what we do at our school. The children, when they have a really hard, they're in a tantrum mode, and they're kicking and they're screaming. We let them have their full emotion, and we just hold space for them, and we then put our hands gently on their belly and remind them and teach them how to breathe. So that they're prepared for life. When big emotions come up or the unexpected comes up, they know to go back to the breath because they learned it so young.
What a fulfilling job you've created for yourself. What a fulfilling life. You know what I mean? It's like, if my Rythmia days ever get done, I'm wanting a job with you, because it's just like, well, how fulfilling to heal these little miracles, in the correct way, not with conditioned, agendas.
Someone actually pointed out to me, and I didn't realize it, but there was one of our little girls, she was having a really hard time, and she wanted to play with another child's toy, and she was very sad. The child didn't want that, and so she kicked me, and I took a breath. I was like, it really hurt. She kicked me, and I just said to her, I said, love, I said, I just need a moment. I just need a little space for a moment. And I wanted to get an ice pack. And when I went in to get an ice pack, she came in and she was so upset, and she had thrown up on herself. And she said, I'm so sorry, I kicked you. And I thought, oh my gosh. And I thought, they're so sensitive, and they have such a visceral experience, that we're so, they're just learning how to control their bodies, and to really, honor that, and they, just to honor that, and to be gentle with them, not discipline.
Yeah, and then part of their graduation ceremony should be like to come to Rythmia. It's like, it's perfect. Angel Academy, into Rythmia, set for life. Burning Man, sorted. You're now free. We've got it all planned. We are
the new earth.
Yeah, that's it. That's the way it should be. So you enjoyed breathwork?
I love breathwork.
Okay.
I actually had one of my first miracles in the breathwork class.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I realized that on the exhale, it's one of the most beautiful moments for us. It's when spirit fully enters us.
Aww.
Is on the exhale, and we merge with our soul is released. Is on the exhale.
Merged, healed, ready to roll. Perfect. I love you. And how was yours?
Mine was, I found it challenging. I thought it was hard, but I really enjoyed it. It was amazing to me that I did that for an hour.
And it goes so fast. And then by the end of the hour, I was literally like, no, I'm not ready. And when I last done it, just before Christmas, I really needed a good breathe. So I could feel that I hadn't cleansed or alkalized my system through pranic life force for a good month. And so then I breathed in, and I was just in awe of the fact that I had breathed for a whole hour, kind of held my breath in most part. And then at the end, I didn't want to open my eyes because I was seeing Native Americans, I was seeing all this stuff as clear as I can see you. And the whole closing talk was about half an hour, and I just kept my eyes shut. I was just wanting to keep seeing the visions. It's just profound. It really, truly is. Did you find that? Did you get any tingles in your body? Did you feel the energy move?
I did feel the energy move.
Yeah. And we do whole breath work weeks here. So if plant medicine is not your thing and you don't want to fly to the cosmos in a plant medicine spaceship, then you can breathe your way there. So we do a whole week dedicated to just breath, and I think the next one is in February. We have Michael Beckwith facilitating one, so get on our website and check that out, because it's just a beautiful week. And the last one we had 100% miracle rate just through breath. Yeah, it's just profound, seriously. So let's get into the plant medicine side of things. So you had never done medicine before. So how was the Monday talk with Gerry? Did he ease you in his most funniest way ever?
Yes. Oh, he does such an amazing job. Well, he's so engaging and he's such a great speaker and charismatic, and his story is so profound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that's what got me, is just his whole story. Who he says he was before and what he looks to be now. It's unbelievable.
It's incredible. Going from opening up strip clubs in airports to opening up ayahuasca retreats in Costa Rica. It's just such a profound shift. And we have people that come here that don't even know what plant medicine is. They just think it's a herbal tincture, part of a detox retreat. And some people come and they really don't want to drink the medicine, but they just wanted to be in the energy. But after going to Gerry's talk, everybody is just on board, because he just makes it, so trusting, because he has been through a lot of shit. And so when you hear his story, it just makes you just think, well, why not? I may as well just try it. Things can't get any worse. I'm at this point, I may as well drink it. And
then Meg Ryan. I want what he's having.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, nobody ever regrets it, because it's such a beautiful healing tool. I mean, we've had a gentleman here this week who every night was screaming, "This is a cult. I can't believe I'm here." And I was, trying to talk him out of it. But then I really didn't think he was going to stay. He wanted to leave a lot. But then by Thursday, Friday morning after the Thursday night, the glow on his face was just so beautiful. And he just said, "How do I make it happen that I can stay another week?" And I was like, I was like, because even the most difficult of situation that you think you're in, or, that people can come here in, it's like the medicine will get to the root of your issue. That's the whole point. It gets to the root, the problem, the cause of everything. Whereas with, say, the cancer treatments I had, they just were chop and burn methods that dealt with the symptoms, but the cause was never dealt with. And the cause was my emotional pain from trauma and life. And so ayahuasca goes in, and I die a few times and I purge. And it's now I know that the secondary cancers that people would say I'm going to get up, bullshit, because I've dealt with all that stuff. It's so magic. I love it. I love this life. So Monday night for you, how did that go?
My first 2 nights were eventful in that I had some visual stimulation going on and heard things. I didn't get up. I've only had, for all of my experiences, I only had 1 cup.
Every night?
Every night.
Yep.
That's all I did. And I was doing this humming thing.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember when we were
Yeah.
close to each other.
I had that on Thursday, you did that as well.
Yes. And so I spoke with Sarah about it, because I didn't understand if that was keeping me from getting something, what it was. And what she told me was that I was raising my vibration to meet the plant.
Yeah.
And
That makes sense.
Boy, when is she going to greet me? Because I was doing it for one of my people that lay next to me said, "You've been humming for 4.5 hours." Oh, okay.
Patience is a virtue.
That's right. Yeah. So, I was humming and just did my little thing. I guess getting ready for Thursday.
So Monday, so you were seeing any colors and
Yes.
feeling the warmth?
Yes.
So it was just kind of building a beautiful, loving relationship. So you didn't feel any fear or anything. It was just more like you meeting her and building that
Yes.
relationship. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so beautiful.
And the humming stuff I felt was very soothing.
Yeah.
It felt very soothing to me.
Well, that's
to be
why, you know,
doing
it, all that, it is like, it's a frequency, it's a vibration.
Yes.
So it is like settling down your central nervous system and allowing her to meet you where you're at and like raising your energy together. It's so
It
beautiful.
was.
So then did you get a good night's sleep Monday night?
Monday night I did.
Yeah.
Fair sleep.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Well, it's a very gentle Monday, easing you in. I like
no
that.
purging.
No?
No, none. No
Any,
purging of any kind.
any yawning?
Lots of sighing. I'm sighing a lot.
Yeah, because usually like an energetical release is like, or, you know, it's like an energetical release because we can sweat, we can cry, we can shake, and these are all purges, but obviously the main ones are like puking and shitting. But there's a lot of things, tears, yawns. I mean, I'm a big yawner. I'll like open my mouth so big, like,
Totally.
I mean, I knew I had a big mouth, but this like takes a piss. It's just like, whoa! I'm like, all right, demons, out again. Sorry, sweetheart. How was Monday for you?
It's funny you mentioned that with the yawning because Monday it was all yawning for me, and there was this realization. So I went in with the intention, may I be invincible innocence for the love of all. And what I received was, it was really funny. Every night it was like this, where into ceremony I would be sitting up and breathing, and then when it came and they were like, go right. And I would just become this little woman, and I would like, get up and go to the table and start writing. And so Monday night I wrote about the preschool, and I wrote about just how we need to shift, how we need to make a shift in preschools, because all the pedagogies came from world wars, and it's not serving the children anymore. We need something different that's more heart-centered. So so that was my experience. And then all of a sudden, through the breath work, I was yawning. And then all of a sudden, I took this massive inhale, and it was like, and then I went, and I realized, I said, oh my gosh. And I said, I'm a dragon. And it was like this epiphany that I was a dragon. And I really was like, maybe this is my starseed. This is where I'm from. I'm a dragon. And it was so cute because I went up to the shaman. I went up to Scott, and he said, how are you doing? And I said, I'm a dragon.
Don't worry, we've heard it all.
It was great, and I found in that love in the breath, and I really played with it. And I don't know if you were hearing me.
Yes, I did.
I was really playing with it the whole time during the ceremony, just going. And then when I got the call to lie down, because I felt like they wanted to work on me, and I would just lie down and surrender my body and have it work with me. I was attacked by a pit bull and a Rottweiler on my leg, and they healed that. They went in, and then there was surgery that was done to that.
Did you see what was doing the surgery?
I only saw little bits like of lights. I didn't actually see like the aliens.
But you just knew they were going to heal.
I felt it, and they were totally healing it. And there was some nerve damage there, and I actually can feel. It's really amazing. I can actually.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's quite.
She's got a big jaw mark on
Yes,
her calf. Like it's literally.
And I wasn't able to ever feel in that place, and now I have my nerve damage is actually I can feel in this spot. It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh my.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Yes,
Well,
it
they
is.
definitely look like they like the taste of you.
Really?
So
Should have given that dragon breath of fire.
So the first night was amazing, and I just really played with the breath, and it was good.
It's so funny, like the dragons, they breathe out fire, and in India where I was trained, sort of different breathing technologies, it was Kapalbhati, the breath of fire, that really resonated with me. And I always would think of a dragon like the breath of fire, and it is for everything. It's for waking up, for digestion, for going to sleep, for reducing stress and things like that.
Totally.
So it's like a deeper message to really focus on these different like healing modalities for you with this dragon energy. It's like embodying Kapalbhati and all these Indian like ancient philosophies.
When you're saying like it goes back to everything too, like the breath goes into everything, like a way of life. The next day after ceremony, when I would have these profound conversations, I would find myself like just now when you were talking about your breathing, like taking it inhale, and I was like, oh, my body is telling me I'm really enjoying this moment right now. And like following, like it really, the first ceremony rewired me to really see my breath as leading me to what spaces I want to be in, who do I want to spend time with.
Just having like that better awareness of the little things that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Wow. Epic first night.
Epic first night.
I can't believe you've like healed nerve damage in that bite area. That's amazing. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Tuesday. How was Tuesday for you?
Tuesday was good. It was a lot the same as Monday.
Yep.
Just a lot more humming, a lot more sighing.
More colors.
Same thing. Colors, sounds.
Beautiful.
But
So really,
still really gentle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that when I done my first 5 ceremonies in Western Australia, it was all just beautiful. I was expecting to like physically die, so I took in photos of all my family and stuff, but I was still pulled to really go and do it. It's like I knew I had deep trauma that I needed to get out. But it was just so beautiful, and it was just lots of colors and just feeling great, and just lots of hugging myself and laughing. And it was the same for the first 5. And I thought, why does everyone give this ayahuasca stuff a bad rap? Like, I've not been to hell at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got here, and I died a few times, and I went to Peru, and it just like, it was literally enabling me to trust her because I was so scared. And I think she was just giving me such a gentle ease into, I'm going to make you die a few times, but I'm going to make you love me first. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So just much more of the same, just feeling like really warm and feeling safe and just feeling the colors and everything.
Yes.
And the humming.
I
love that. Okay, and for you, sweetheart?
For the second night, it was again playing with the breath a lot. And then something happened. My intention going in was, so what I would do is, and I, for everybody who is thinking of going to Rythmia, I suggest getting a journal. And what I did here, I'll show you, is, and so I would draw a picture going into ceremony, and then I would just write to her, and I would say, so the second night it was, Dear Mother Aya, may I be ultimate softness for the love of all. And
I don't know if you can get any softer. Okay, now. You're so gentle and graceful. I'm like, give me some of that. Yeah. Touch me. Just breathe on me. That's it.
So I actually, this is how I got softer. I never thought that I wanted to be a mother because I'm so driven with my career and
looking after all of the children of the world.
Right, and like ushering this new like preschool paradigm. I'm like on a mission for like this to happen. And my son came to me on that night. Whoa. And I was like, I'm having a baby? And I was like, oh my gosh. It was really interesting. And I went through this process of just feeling pregnant. And of taking care of my body and giving love. And then when it was time to give birth, I just wept tears of joy, and I experienced like this birth of a child. And whether or not I have a child or not in the future, I have so much gratitude and reverence for mothers. It just deepened with that journey, because when my child in the ceremony was born, it was like the whole earth was silent just so that they could hear the first sound of my baby. And it was so gorgeous. So I remember just the next day connecting with all the mothers and being like, I know, that's amazing.
Oh, I think you're a beautiful vessel to bring Jesus back down for the ascension. I think you would held him quite well, so just ask him for
It's
that.
really funny you said that because the third night was very funny.
Do you want to get into the third night? You may as well start.
It was, so the third night, it was it the third night? No, it wasn't. It was the fourth night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shall we go to Wednesday and then go to
Yes.
Thursday? Yeah? Okay, tell me about Wednesday.
Wednesday was also with the breath. I actually wrote, may I be, what was the one? It said, may I be divine union for the love of all.
Mm.
And that's when Mother Aya taught me about the inhale and the exhale. And this is something, the breath is what we have every single day of every moment of our life. And I was a Buddhist nun for 2 years, and I was always told to quiet my mind. And what I noticed though is like, why are we quieting our mind when our mind is wanting to talk to us? Like let our mind do what it wants to. Let's just follow the breath. And so this is what I wrote. If I can,
Yeah.
I'm going to share it with you guys on what I wrote. This is about your breath. This is what Mother Aya told me. So she says here, we play with the breath. The breath is a gift from God. Spirit wishes for us to play with the breath. In the breath holds our memories. In the breath holds our genetic makeup. The breath carries sound waves, and we let the waves carry us. For the inhale, we were once, so then I said for the inhale, it's in our memory. The exhale is the most, so in the inhale is our breath. And when it's contracted because we have forgotten of who we are. For the exhale is the most tender and gentle that leads us home. And when the inhale and the exhale come together, it's the ultimate matrimony. And here is where the great beloved is born. So I realized that there's a marriage between the inhale and the exhale, and it's the greatest gift that has ever been given to us. So
And we forget,
that was my miracle 100,000.
Yeah, you had a big week.
I had a huge week.
I love that it's been focused around the breath a lot because it's so important. And especially in the position that you're in with children. It's like, everything that you're learning now can go and really teach the children the proper way to breathe and how to focus, and it's just incredible. So amazing. How was your Wednesday? Divine Feminine Night?
Wednesday was really interesting because I think it was preparing me for big stuff that happened on Thursday night. So one of the women who was lying on my other side was having a really hard night. She had too many, she felt she had too many cups, but whatever. She was having a hard time.
Yeah.
And so Scott came to her 2 different times. He spent, I'm thinking 20 minutes maybe or more with her each time. And then he made sure that other people came, so she had some women coming and being with her. And so what I got from that was that I'm in a really wonderfully safe, loving place to be able to do whatever work is necessary for me. And so I think that really set me up for watching how they guided her through that. Set me up for Thursday, which was huge.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah, so
you observed and it just felt like, okay, I'm really looked after here. I'm really safe. I can really let go.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the big thing. It's like being able to surrender and let go is a massive part of this.
Yeah.
That's why we say stay tired, stay sad, stay sick, stay all these things so that you're in a weakened state so that the medicine can go in and weave her magic. Because otherwise, if we're in fight or flight, we're literally pushing away, what we need to come inside of us. So that's beautiful. Good preparation work there.
Very good.
So do you want to get into Thursday?
Of course.
Tell us what happened. This is how this little union came about this Thursday.
Yeah. So when I went up to speak my intention, when the shaman came before me, in that moment, I changed my intention. What my intention what I was going to say was, I just show me what I need to see. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. But when he sat in front of me with those beautiful eyes and that really, truly pierced my soul, I felt like he could see my soul. I thought, I need to do something big here. And so what I asked for was to be relieved of some shame that I've been carrying since the early 90s when I went through a divorce. And I was in so much emotional pain that I dived into huge vats of wine so that I wouldn't feel that, and I couldn't be present for my children. And that I just had so much shame about that, and I wanted that to be gone. And he said, "I'll pray for that for you." So that's what he did. Oh, he did. And I knew something was going to happen. So shall I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I went back to my mattress, and I don't know how long it was before things started happening, but lots of visual stuff, lights, like pulsing kinds of things. And then I was terribly ill, sick to my stomach. I purged and I purged and I purged again. And I think, the instructions were given us to hover over your bucket on all fours. But I stuck my head down. I mean, I was like in the bucket. And I don't know how long I was there, a really, really long time, like this. Mm-hmm. And your sweet husband, in fact, I think is the person who touched me and said, "You can take your head out of the bucket now and lay down." So I did that, and then after I did that, that's when everything started happening. And the shaman, a lot of people came to help me with this. And there was a lot of praying going on over me, a lot of heat. There was heat. And I don't know how long it went on, but I think it happened several different times. People came to me at different times. And I felt that shame left me from my lower back. And I obviously couldn't see it because it was behind me, but the visual image that I got of it was like a big, puffy, dark gray, viscous material that came out. And the person who was across from me was somebody I'd gotten to know a little bit, and he before that I even laid down, he had his hand on my shoulder, and he was just whispering in my ear, "You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay." And then these hands were on me, when that left, and then that's when I found out that this beautiful person helped me with that, as you did.
Yeah, so I was going over because I could hear you humming, and a lady came over and said to me, she was like, "Is that lady okay? She's humming." And I was like, "She's fine, she's just doing her thing." And then I thought, I'll come over and check on you. And I came over, and then at this point, this goddess was sitting there, and she said to me, "I can see energy. If you put your hand at the base of her spine, it will help her release something." And I was like, "Let's give it a go." I was like, "I'm trusting you here. We're going to do this." So I went and I placed my hand. I could feel the warmth on my hand. I could feel like this vibration coming through me. I'm like, "Fucking hell, girl, you need a job here." So I was like,
Gerry, I need a job.
Yeah, Gerry. It was just like, it was incredible. And then I felt like a release. I felt like something had happened. And then I went over and you were just sitting there so gracefully. And it was just an incredible moment that I didn't even comprehend how incredible it was because I didn't speak to you at that time. And then it was the sharing today when you said that you released, that sludge from your back, which could have manifested into anything. It dis-ease anything. We just don't know what these energies can cause later on in life. And it's just like to have you release it from that exact area that she told me to go to. I was just like, you can't make this shit up. It was just incredible. It was a really incredible moment.
You can't make it up. Well, I felt like it was contained. It wasn't like smoke. It didn't come out that in little bits. Like this package. It was a package. It's like the shame package just left.
Oh, and I know you said a lot about you just wanting like forgiveness from your children and forgiveness for yourself, and that's the most important thing. Is like forgiving the unforgivable. It just releases you in such a whole new way. Because I mean, I went through that when my mum and dad split up. My mum did turn to drink as well, and it's 18 years of marriage, not knowing anything else and not knowing what to do. It's like you just want to block it out and just wake up and it's just been a big nightmare.
Yeah,
that's it. And I saw that, and at the time I was resentful because I didn't have what I thought what I was meant to have. But upon reflection, it's like everything was perfect, and your kids will see that because it just is part of the growth and the strength that we all need to go through. And I needed to see her in that state for me to know how I didn't want to be, because I started becoming like that and drinking.
Yeah.
And then I realized that, I didn't want that for her. So why do I want that for me? And then, and then we both grew out of it, Now my mum, is the head assistant at her school, and just like life is blooming for her, and she's just so magnificent. But it's like we both went through it together and pulled each other out. So it was such a necessary thing. And I forgive and forget easily, because there's just no need to hold on to that. Yeah.
Well, and after the healing, so that happened, and then someone came and told me they were doing a healing, and so I got some help. I got up there, and that was a beautiful piece of it, that healing. And I was,
spiritual car wash.
It's
incredible.
It was great. And so after that, I went back to bed again, and then I was able to cry a lot about that.
And really release that.
Yeah.
And you've been holding that for years. It's like, imagine that another 20 years of that. It's just incomprehensible. It's just like, you may as well just come here and do 50 years worth of therapy in a week.
Yes.
It's like, just get it out. Come here, go through pain, go through the shit, see stuff you don't want to see, but then you realize you really have to. Because now it's like you look glowing, you look lighter. So it's like your kids are going to see a whole different version of you now. It's so beautiful the way the medicine works. Did you know that you were coming in for that? Did you know that you were?
No, I did not. I did not know. I did not know I was coming.
How amazing. She just shows us what we need to do. This is how we're going to do it. Puke, shit, off you go.
Yes. I'm just saying I'm grateful I didn't do the shitting. All day before I had diarrhea. So I got rid of that before I got in here. I just, it came out this way.
And out of your back. How amazing. That's really, that, were you getting any pains, or were you getting any back pain?
I was. I was. I've had trouble, a little bit of trouble recently with my back. I'm training to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. And I injured it. I injured my back in the summer, and I've been doing physical therapy to try to get that back, because I'm going in February to climb.
Wow. And how do you feel now?
Oh, I feel great.
Yay.
I feel like, I can take on the mountain.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love this. How was Thursday for you?
I want to see the mountain climb.
Yeah.
In our group. It's really cool. Rythmia has this thing when you come, there's this light workers group.
Yeah, light workers group.
And you get this little group of everybody who has been here, because you do become a family here. And
powerful figure.
Yeah. So
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to share that.
So it's so funny you said that about Jesus and the Immaculate Conception, because I had that experience. I saw her. I saw Mother Mary, and I also saw that she went through such a crazy initiation, and that's what I saw. And I said, okay, and they told me, I just heard voices about just how the embryonic process is just as important as the journey in life, and that we really need to take much care of it, and that the space that the baby comes into needs to be one, if possible, of the most loving and tender energy. And then after that happens, I got thrown down.
Somebody expecting a call?
It's mine. I forgot to turn it off.
Oh, that's okay. Hi, you have to wait a moment.
We'll stop in a second.
It's beautiful.
Background ambiance.
At a theater near you.
Yeah.
So then I got thrown down on the bed.
It is like a soundtrack to a movie. I got thrown on the bed.
And I just said, okay, do as you will. And Mother Aya said, you're of service. Like, you're here to be of service. And that was really my experience the whole 4 nights. Was just, I felt like I was holding space, and I felt like I was helping my body to heal some things that had happened to it. And then I just went down on the bed, and I started feeling things working in my spine and my nervous system, and it was wonderful. It was relaxing. And then I heard her say, "It's time," and like I felt this motion to like lift me up, and I was like, "Okay." And I got up, and I didn't know where I was going, right? Because you never know what she's doing. And she brought me right to Scott, the shaman. And I looked at him, and it was after you had put your hand on her. And I saw her again, like moving the energy, and I saw the energy still there. And so I went to Scott, and I said, "Scott," I said, "Hey, I can't do this. I know I'm a guest. If you put your hand on her back," I told her the same thing I told you. I said, it'll move. Her diaphragm will open, the energy will move, she'll find relief. And so I went back to my bed, and I was sitting there like a kid. It was really funny. I was just kind of like, just sitting there, and I was by the window, so I was enjoying the stars, and all of a sudden this hand, he's such a brother, like reaches out, and I look up, and it's shaman, and I take his hand, and he fills me up, and he tells them, he goes, "It's okay, she can do this." And then he gave me permission to put my hand on your back.
Oh, I love Scotty.
And it was so amazing. It was really magical, and it just felt like we had all done this before, and it felt like what your suffering is my suffering, and my healing is your healing, and it was truly beautiful and fantastic. And
I think that's the medicine initiating you into your power, for healing. Have you ever done healing modalities with your hands?
I have, yeah, I have, and I have. She took it to such a level.
It's kind of like saying you're ready.
Yeah, really.
Step into your power. Because it was magical. And I didn't even know, like, the magnitude of this until this morning sharing, when you shared.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, there really was something going on with your back.
I know. Well, when you said that you felt like your whole week was just holding space, I kind of felt that because we were there in that same space the whole week.
Yeah.
That like every time I'd look up, she was just like sitting there, like, okay. She's something's going on with her.
Yeah. She's so close.
Yeah, there.
Tell us about the Buddhist nun side of life. Like, how does one get into that, and what does that entail?
I thought for a while I wanted to be a nun because I just really have such a commitment to spirit and to love.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it shows.
Yes.
You're oozing spirit and love.
What's up with her?
Yeah. It's like whatever she's had, I'm having.
Yeah. So I did, and I was a nun for 2 years, and it was a really wonderful experience. It was in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, and yeah, and I went, and I actually, as a woman, I asked the head monk to collect alms. I said, "Can I collect alms?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said no. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I went back to the head nun, and he said no. And she said, "What?" And she said, "Oh no." And she said, "We're going to the abbot." And she said, "They forgot here." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "We are not allowed as women in Thailand to take all of the vows.
Mm-hmm.
We can only take a certain number of vows." And she said, so there was a group of women from Sri Lanka that left Thailand, they went to Sri Lanka because in Sri Lanka they let them take all of the vows, but they don't let that for women take the vows. And so she brought me to the abbot, and the abbot gave me permission. And he said, yes, you can collect alms and do all the stuff that a nun does in Thailand. And it was cool because she showed me a story in Buddha, in the sutras, that when asked, the aunt asked her son, she said, can you go to Buddha and ask if I can practice with him and go to the forest? Buddha would say no. And he said no 2 times. And on the 3rd time, she said, ask Buddha if women can be enlightened. And Buddha said, like, why is he saying no? I can't practice. And then Buddha said, no, I just don't want her going into the forest alone. But women can be enlightened as much as men can be enlightened.
Oh, I love that.
So, and then I just got the call to serve families and children.
So then it just had the change.
Yeah.
But that would have totally impacted, moving forward.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A necessary step in
Yeah.
helping the children.
Totally.
That's so amazing.
And it was so cool because then it was funny because that ceremony, when I was sitting there, then after that happened, I was just playing with my breath because I was in dragon mode. All these 4 days, I was like, I'm a dragon. And like, and then I remember like I was sitting there and like when I was just helping move the energy, I was like I didn't even know what I was doing. And like, that's kind of what the medicine does. She just will take you into this space of divine perfection. Like you just surrender and you breathe with her, and she really is a mother, and she will do exactly what you need. She will meet your innocence exactly where it is. And so and then I just played with the breath the whole time, and then the music was amazing.
Yeah, did you get up and dance in the morning? Friday morning turned into a party. Did you?
Yes. It was so much fun. I was like breathing, singing. They were like, what instrument do you play? And I was like, my breath.
I wish I had seen that. It's so cute. It turned into such a magical party. That would have been epic to see. I would have loved to see that. You're so cute.
I'll be back.
Yeah,
so
you definitely
coming back.
We're gonna come back
I said we're coming back at the same time.
Oh, how amazing.
Yeah.
And you done breathwork last night?
Mm-hmm.
How was that? To mop up all the energy?
Wow. That was powerful.
Yeah? Did you
Yeah.
feel a good mopping of the breath?
Well, yes, I guess I did. But, my journey continued after I went back to the room.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, so I went and had dinner, and then all of a sudden, I was sitting there talking to people, and I felt like high again. I was like, what?
She comes in waves.
Yeah. So I went back to my room, and as soon as I went to bed, I was in it again.
Oh,
I mean, lights, music, the whole.
magical.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was a little scary. I wasn't expecting it.
Right.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't. So I was kind of wishing we.
Yeah. Where's
Where
Dragon?
is she?
And were you seeing the colors and everything still?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and hearing, and I got very nauseous.
Were you sick or anything?
I didn't actually purge, but I was nauseous.
Did you go to sleep like quite easily, or
No.
you were up with it?
No. I was.
So she had unfinished work.
I think there's still something going on.
Yeah, she wanted to continue on. It happens. She comes in waves. Because like when we think we're done, it can just come. I mean, it doesn't obviously happen like, beyond here, apart from in dreamland. So in dreamland is like it really can, which is why we we sell the tincture so that you can connect back in with that frequency. But it's beautiful that happened because she obviously had something else to do, because the breath the medicine's still in you.
Yeah.
So the breath is just like reinforcing any unfinished business that she has, mopping things up, clearing energy, and there was obviously just something in there that she needed to give you more of.
Yeah, so I did do some crying during breath work.
Beautiful.
So
That's
yeah,
a
there's
good one.
something going on. Still.
Yeah, beautiful.
Definitely.
Well, you're coming back to go deeper.
I am.
Yay!
Yeah.
Breathwork for you, how was
It
it?
was so much fun.
Well, you love breath, so
I
you
loved
know.
it. It was really fun, and it was and I was just getting these like little bits and pieces of just like my experience here during the breath. Like something was really funny that I had, which was like, let the darkness come and get you, because when it does, it'll meet you and it will try to devour you, and then it'll go, oh fuck, because it'll know it's screwed, because
Don't mess with her.
Because we're
Yeah.
light.
Yeah.
Because we're light. So, you know, you let the darkness come because when it does, it can't run.
Exactly. Just embracing it. How beautiful. So one more question. Well, I can actually ask, how was like the yoga and the food and everything
God.
else for you? Like the whole, everything that we do put on, is everything good?
It was amazing. The food was, Meg is amazing at what she does.
So clean, isn't it?
It's and you can just taste. Yeah, it's just amazing. Her food combinations are ridiculous. Oh my God, I really fell in love with her food.
Yeah. It's because it's high vibration. You can feel the love, and you can feel like you staying on that energetical charge with the medicine, with the food medicine that you're having.
And then the juice program was phenomenal. I did the juice program here, and if you guys decide to come, the juice program is such a good complement to the medicine. It was really great. And then
I don't miss my morning green juice ever.
so good. And then the yoga, your class was just amazing.
Aww,
it was so much
thank
fun.
you.
I was like doing things with my body that I never really explored before. It was really fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm teaching tomorrow morning.
Okay. Oh, I won't be there.
Oh, it's all right. I have a video on YouTube.
Okay.
You can take it home. Homework.
Okay.
So, last question then. What would you say to somebody sitting on the fence? If somebody's just umming and ahhing, not sure, maybe a bit scared about plant medicine, like what would you say to them?
Mm-hmm.
Dismount. Dismount.
Yeah. So I would say that to breathe into it, to really feel into it, like what is your fear? And to really sit with your fear and love the one who is scared. Because usually when you love the one that's scared, you're giving yourself permission to feel and to feel the fear. And once you feel the fear, you're immediately liberating it. And then you can enter into this space and she will take great care of you. The medicine takes great care of you. So that's what I say.
Yeah, it's beautifully put. She really does. It's like I always say, she is a mother energy, so she's either going to give you tough love and spank your ass, or she's going to give you soft love and give you hugs and, you know, make it all unicorns and rainbows. But either way, you'll get a bit of both, but it's all rooted in love. So there's nothing to fear when you come here. It's like it's a new year and you want to be at the next level version of yourself. And the most profound way that I've ever found to get to that level of understanding of yourself and scraping back years of shit and trauma is through drinking plant medicine. I've done so much personal development and courses and walked on hot coal with Tony Robbins, you know, all that, and it's beautiful for the weekend, and then I'm back to square one because I haven't really dealt with like a soul connection, a soul contract. And this is the only thing I've ever done that has really got me to face my fears, my traumas and everything, and allow me to release them. And it's just beautiful. Like whenever we hear people puking and screaming and doing their thing, it's so beautiful because, you know, the next morning you're going to see a shift in their face, the whites of their eyes. You just see this whole new glow. Look at these glowing goddesses. So it's seriously, it's the best thing you could ever do for yourself. Let me just see what comments we've got. Would you like to share anything else?
You know, I have one thing to say.
Go for it.
That's in, I wish I could remember what movie. It's a war movie and Tom Hanks is in it. So I might be Saving Private Ryan. But there's a scene in that movie when one of his, the men who are under him, they're getting ready to go into a battle and this kid is scared to death. He's going, I just don't think I have the courage to do this. And Tom Hanks' character said, well, what you need to understand then is that you get the courage afterwards.
Oh.
You've got to leap in
Just
and
do
take
it.
the risk, and that's when you have the courage. So
That's true.
that's all I'll say to you.
I like
If you want
that.
some courage, come to Rythmia.
That's beautiful. It's literally, just feel the fear and do it anyway,
Yes.
and then you'll get a whole new level of strength after that you never even knew you had. You know, it's like the same with me with my like cancer diagnosis. I didn't know how strong I was until I had to be. You know, being told you've got 5 years to live and that all this, you know, you're going to be radiated, you're going to be chopped open, all this stuff, like it was thrown at me. I was forced into stepping into my strength and then subsequently healing myself and like taking ownership for my responsibility in getting cancer and then that my responsibility in healing myself. And it was like, that was a forced situation. And so, you know, either your family are going to force you to come here or, you know, you just got to take the leap yourself. Just trust. Just how can you not trust these faces? Like, come on.
And also for what when you're doing, you know, when you work with medicine, you can purge, you can shit, you can scream, you can cry. And there's also moments where I was literally like a child and she was giving me such a show some nights where I was just looking up at the stars in complete awe and reverence for what she has provided for us here on earth. So there's that too.
Yeah, there's definitely that beautiful side.
I was just like, really? Like, can you get any more epic?
It's true. I like walk outside every night and I just see people just standing, staring at the stars like, wow, what is it? You know, you've got people like touching leaves and like looking at the leaves and stroking them. It's like, it really does connect you in and give you this whole new beautiful vision that you've never had before. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. I love you both so much.
You too.
You're incredible. I'll just see if there's any questions. I really can't see all of them. Joelle, Happy New Year, you beautiful goddess, you. Ishan, hi. Happy New Year to you too. Purge yesterday's ship. It's true, you can. Wayne, hello. Johnny, legend, hi. Okay, Safi, how long did it take to book a spot here? Is it backed up? Well, we do get quite booked out now. I remember in 2016, it was me and 3 other people in ceremony together, and now we get 70 to 80 every week. And also we've got the medicine documentary coming out on Netflix and Gaia. We have Thrive 2 coming out. So we are looking to have like at least a 6-month wait list. So just call in. I mean, these documentaries haven't been released yet, but we have spots now available for, you know, the coming weeks. But just book in and see when it aligns for you. And the sooner the better. You can't put a price on what you get here. It's like, yeah, you pay money to puke and shit, but it is priceless. And the sooner you do it, the better, because the sooner you can start being the person that you're meant to be, that whole person. So yeah, just calling this number here, and the team will help you out. Mark says, sounds powerful. It is. Hi, George. Miss you. Denise, really love your interviews, Candy. I love you and miss you. Get back here soon. Josephine, I like that name. Wow. Thank you for your words, ladies. Sending love from Australia. Aww. Becky's beautiful. So much love. Lots of hearts all over the place. Nia, I am more relaxed about having a new experience. I have just done a 60-day unlocking transcendence course, so I'm even more committed to aligning with spirit and releasing. You go, girl. Get it. Get releasing and get here. It'll be amazing. Joelle, Rythmia saved me and opened my heart. Just get there and she will take care of the rest. It's so true. And Joelle, you had such a powerful experience that really I related to on so many levels. And I'm just so proud of everything you're doing, like to step into what the medicine showed you, what you've been told, and you're doing incredible. Just trust your heart. And Ishan, so much love. Thank you for this live. You're an amazing person, Candice. It's so good to hear your story. You too. I am a mirror reflection of your awesomeness. So thank you all so much. I love you. We love you, and we can't wait to see you here. We truly do love what we do here, and I feel, like I say this all the time, but I really do feel blessed and honored. And I feel so grateful for all the trauma, all the shit I went through, because it led me to this point and it led me to be here, and it's going to do the same for you. So just say thanks to 2018. It was epic no matter what. 2019 is going to be just as epic, and it's going to take you forward, because we're all just walking each other home and we're remembering who we truly are. So thanks for tuning in. We love you lots, and we'll speak to you soon. Oh, I love that. Kiss, kiss, kiss.